My name is Paula Rizzo, and I am an author of 2 books about productivity. I'm also a frequent speaker and a media trainer and strategist. Early on, some of the mistakes that I made as an entrepreneur was that I was just packing my schedule. You know, I thought I had to sit at my desk from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day because that meant you were working. Understanding that when you're a new entrepreneur, you're gonna think you have to do everything at all times, and you actually don't. And slowing down, taking a step back is actually more productive. I just started to blog about efficiency and list making, things that I thought was really nerdy, but turns out people were really interested, and it became the subject of my first book, Listful Thinking. I started to create online products that would complement my book. And then that way I was able to continue the conversation with people and be able to give them things that I couldn't put in the book. Email is so important to my business because it really is the only way that I'm able to talk to my customers, to my clients, to my potential clients. I do a lot of speaking. So when I speak, I'm always giving out tips and telling people, oh, I have this great ebook or whatever it is that I'm doing at the time. And I'm able to get their email addresses to then continue the conversation. I involved the people who were on my email list in the development of the book, and the way that I did that was as soon as I signed the contract, I said, okay, I'm gonna host a little virtual tea. So I asked people, what are your struggles? And I met people that I've never met before on my email list in real life. I got to actually see them. I mean, it wasn't real life because it was virtual, but I got to see people who had only been email addresses before that. When I wrote my first book, I realized that people would read the book and then maybe just that would be it. I'd never interact with them ever again. In my book, I have a website for them to go to that then I get their email addresses and then we can interact. If I do a speaking engagement where I'm in front of 100 people or something, it's just those 100 people. But with email, I'm able to open it up to be so much more. When you're speaking at a conference, you really only see that person for an hour that they're on the stage or whatever it is, and then you're moving on to go do something else. So to be able to keep those connections going and continue to serve that audience has been huge for my business. A good chunk of my business is done through email marketing. I have multiple online courses that I sell throughout the year. I have different launches for them. And it's pretty amazing to be able to send out a few emails and then actually sell things to people that they want and that they need. And I get really excited when I am able to see that a new subscriber has been added to a course that I'm running. If I didn't have email marketing, part of my business would be completely gone. I don't know how I would write that many letters by hand. It would be nearly impossible to do. So without that interaction with clients and potential clients and being in their inbox every once in a while so they're happy to hear from you, I would really have a big gap in my business. The reason I'm so energized as an entrepreneur is that for me, I really love to tell people things that they don't know. I love that reaction when you're able to give somebody a little nugget of information that changes things for them. It really makes me excited and happy that I have the gifts that I have to be able to share with other people.